The New South Wales Ombudsman is responsible for oversight of the Public Interest Disclosure Scheme in New South Wales. It is also an integrity agency under the Public Interest Disclosures Act 2022, or PID Act for short. Across all its programs, it works to ensure everyone receives the right service and fair treatment from the agencies and community service providers it oversights. It works to ensure that agencies and community service providers are held to account for serious failures and wrong or unreasonable conduct.
The Ombudsman has several functions under the PID Act. One function is to provide information, advice and assistance to agencies and public officials on matters relating to the PID Act.
It can advise on how to identify a PID, how an agency may deal with a PID, and how to comply with other parts of the PID Act. It also provides information and advice about certain matters to people who make PIDs, like the protections under the Act and what they can expect if they make a PID.
The Ombudsman develops resources to help agencies and public officials comply with their obligations under the PID Act and promotes the building of a speak-up culture within agencies. This includes model PID policies, guidelines, learning modules, and other materials. It provides training and learning packages on a range of topics relevant to public officials, including PIDs and complaints handling.
Agencies have an obligation to report data about the PIDs they receive on a yearly basis. They must also notify the Ombudsman when certain events happen, like when an agency becomes aware of an allegation of detrimental action.
The Ombudsman audits and monitors how agencies exercise their functions under the PID Act. Through the analysis of reporting from agencies and its auditing and monitoring activities, the Ombudsman can review an agency's compliance with the Act and assess its PID handling practices to make appropriate recommendations for improvement.
The New South Wales Ombudsman can receive and investigate PIDs directly or refer them to another, more appropriate agency. It can also commence action within the courts to seek injunctions on behalf of a person where detrimental action is threatened or has occurred.
The New South Wales Ombudsman has a dedicated PID unit with advisors who can provide guidance and advice to agencies, public officials and members of the public on the application of the PID Act.
Like everyone in the public sector, the New South Wales Ombudsman is accountable to the people of New South Wales for its work. For advice, training, assistance or support with the PID Act, get in touch.
This video has been produced with professional actors. The PID Act 2022 will commence on the 1st of October 2023. The Public Interest Disclosures Act 1994 is still in force until that time. For advice, contact the PID unit at the New South Wales Ombudsman's office.